give you guys a chance. You know, it's a democracy here, chat. I'm not your dictator. Shab, thank you for the Twitch Prime. 2 years. Poggies, thank you, dude. When's Valorant back up? Probably in like 2 hours. Probably about that. Review 1, lol. I know, what a surprise, right? 60% of the votes. 1,000 people voted for it. It's a lot of voters. I demand a recount. Review Andy. Easy clap. Okay. What's the Twitch channel? Is Twitch Rivals? I don't want to watch anyone's POV. I'd rather watch like the casters of it. Twitch Rivals Valorant Launch Showdown Finals. Here you go.
Yeah, it's a tough.
This is already the last map. Jason Kaplan.
Player, so he's going to be healed back up probably momentarily. Pansy, did we defeat it?
We'll watch the NA ones, right? We don't want to watch the EU ones. EU Megalol. Watch the EU one? No. Responding Randy. Watch BRAX. Yeah, I'm trying to get there. Trying to find it. I'm looking through the VOD right now. We'll like try to break down rounds and like say what's good and say what's bad, yeah? Alright, here we go. Wait, they didn't catch the pistol round? Or?
Be sure to follow at Doritos on Twitter and on Instagram. Last but not least, be sure to follow at Doritos with us here.
Shut up, Doritos.
I want to bring. Be sure to follow at Doritos with us here. So Myth versus Men. Like Jet, who he's gonna be off.
All right, we got it. Yo, Kimasabi with the Twitch Prime 2 years. Why not EU? Because I don't really know the EU players. I don't really know them. Someone says, HIKO, you in here. Okay. Alright, let's watch the shot. We're Pesteron. It's unbind. They're watching Myth right now. Wait, should we change me to like... Here, I can turn... Sure, I can turn. We'll turn off the mouse camera. And we'll turn off the background. So we'll just be like this. So I'll just be like in front of everyone for now. So you guys can see, yeah?
It does allow him to continually keep his opponents guessing. So even if he's not putting out numbers, he has a huge presence and threat.
Low sound.
For the other team to worry about. So he's always going to be dangerous, even if he's fragging or not, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just the idea.
Is that good? Can you hear?
What he's capable of doing.
Wait, this is the semifinals.
9 total.
It just confused Team Mendo to the degree that it's just how can they actually understand what they're even
is
up
this the
against and know
finals?
what to do against it in the first place. So now we
BRAX
get
versus
the
Myth?
best team,
Yes.
the favorites, I would say, for the
This must be the
competition
finals, yeah?
up against that. So I'm so
Kiss him?
curious how T1 are going to deal
No!
with TSM. So many questions there, but they will be on the defense to begin with, T1 that is. So I guess we'll have to wait.
Let's watch the shot.
For the second half to see how that dynamic plays out. And instead, TSM, they're gonna have some interesting times ahead here because
Let's see the team comp chat. Yeah, Brax's team is running Cypher, Raze, Sage, Brim, Breach. This is like full meta. And then TSM is Sage, Brimstone, Phoenix, Jet, Omen. So Myth's team is like way off meta, at least from what the old meta used to be.
T1,
Like they're running Omen, they're running Jet, they're running Phoenix. So they have no Cypher, which is going to make their defense pretty hard. They have no Breach, so their Omen takes their Breach. And I guess their Omen is their Flex. So they have more smokes, but...
Sabrosa pushes forward here, forces out Cyber Cage too. So with the trap wire out, Cyber Cage out, no one's actually going to be looking around there. A smoke drop down, actually sending that player in a really awkward position.
But they chunked their wall.
Down. over by
So they
Heaven.
didn't.
No, actually, Cypher stays up there. So no matter what, they're going to keep that player up there, but they do get blocked out and immediately get that spike planted. And look at the way that they double out of this one, and everyone goes through showers here. This is a very weird strategy. Rose, he was very weak.
Wait, they went and did the shower plant strat, and they all fell back to go to short.
Cutler. Drone does manage to trade that one out against Ska, though.
Kind of like that. That's pretty good.
And there is the round.
There were 3 games, yeah.
And yeah, you know, I think that was just
pretty good.
interesting
like
round
that.
just to get that spike down, get the credits for the spike placement.
I actually think that's the way you're supposed to play bind. I think that was good. I actually think more people should play retake like that. A lot of people, when you play attack on bind,
through showers,
you try to. A lot of people will just like plant, and they'll like being in sight is super bad. You can't really play cubby. You can't. It's playing close shower is bad, but falling back through shower and then holding like the mid area and holding the flank, I actually feel like that's really good. The only thing you get countered by is if the other Sage has like slows and they're just smoking everything. But I guess you can come from both shower and short A. It's kind of good. I like that. We like that, chat.
That could have been different.
Yo, Hotbox, thanks for the the Twitch Prime. Welcome.
With the eco here. And this is
Like I said, I think playing in this site as a post plant is bad because there's nowhere to hide. You just get spammed if you play here.
Oh, they can actually hop over the tripwire. That's lovely to see. BRAX is going to spot this though, and he's going to delay a lot with the explosives. The satchel's coming out, and it doesn't seem like they gained much
TSM
ground.
is
BRAX is controlling space
they're just running up short.
with the raise there.
Remove the black bar. Wait, what black bar?
It doesn't really let them get
that's part of the overlay.
This has been just these first 2 rounds here.
What is your digital vibrance set to? Do you like that, Nirda, or what? Remove the bar that blocks the names.
At this point, their composure, the way
I can't. It's part of the overlay.
The raise backs away effectively.
Here, what I could do actually is I could do this.
Just gets the kill.
It's gonna
and
piss me
rotates
off
around. Knows
because it's
that his
gonna be
teammate's
off
gonna
center.
there
But you
and
know what?
trusts him there. Crashies
It's fine,
right
chat.
around the corner.
We
Gets
can do this
himself
for you since
2
we're probably
there. 3 total.
sponsors.
AZK follows it up on Wardell.
is it?
That's 2 rounds. Now they did lose
Overlay.
TSM the pistol round.
Here, we can go like
so
this. Put it way
does
down
that
here.
Say that they will more than likely lose this next round
Okay,
because they were
that's
going to be
fine.
full savings.
How's that, chat? No, it's just floating at the bottom, but it's fine.
Let's see how they
Who gives
do
an F? It's fine.
and
It's
how
fine. We fixed it.
T1
No big deal.
team
We
responds
need to fix it later.
And, that's unfortunate.
Just click the
that
eyeball? No.
Crashies ended up
It's part of the
getting
100
there
Thieves
by
overlay. I
the,
can't do that.
Satchel. You hate to see it, kids.
That's actually really annoying.
That is
Yeah.
Whoa, perfect.
Every
Ew.
time I play
Settle.
Raise matchmaking.
Is it maxed out? Yeah.
Wardell's got the op again.
Yeah, now's where the game really begins, in my opinion.
That's just right.
For sure.
All right, first gun round.
You can see
I wish I had a
how it's
spectator
just-
UI. I actually wish they made like demos or something, so I don't have to like watch streams and stuff. It's kind of annoying.
They want to make sure
But here you go, chat. Here's a good explanation of a default. So you can kind of see. So you have there's a default technically on both sides of the map, right? So the default for Myth's team is Myth is kind of holding for the shower push here. You had the Brim and the Phoenix holding for the short A push, the short A peaks early. The Jet was holding hookah very passively, and the Sage was just holding long and like messing around long. So it's a pretty good default. It's pretty passive. Obviously, Myth is probably afraid to take the shower fight. So this is holding map control. It looks like I'm pretty sure the Phoenix and the Brim both went towards short to try to like push them back. And I mean, if you see how BRAX's team reacted, like the Cypher is playing super passively hookah now because he's probably afraid of them being short. Their Raze also is playing passive, like not getting any early info because they probably, like I said, they probably threw utility. Their Breach is playing Heaven but he's probably opping. It's probably AZK. And yeah, also look at B, they're also playing super passive. So right now, I'd say that Myth's team is actually pretty good to try to win this round. BRAX's team has no info anywhere on the map. They have a tripwire for shower, but it looks like they might have even killed the tripwire that was short A. So Cypher only has 1 tripwire up right now. So a good default so far. Good default so far. We like that.
Team BRAX guessing. T1, they're going to play fairly passive by default most of the time. It's going to be situations, as you saw previously, where
I know Myth is Omen.
BRAX was
Myth only
controlling the
plays
angles
Omen. I'm
around
pretty sure he
the
only
wall,
played Omen the entire
as
tournament.
minimally as possible. but just slowing you down so that his team.
But again, you can see even right now, like Brim, these two guys go into HIKO for free. They even have no info. They're just playing so passive at B, which is kind of weird.
As to how well this can be defended. That
I guess they just played the two of their delay agents, but
any forward opportunities for an entry kill, and they're just going to have to run through it. I think to find a good.
They're 5 at B right now, and again, the A guys don't really have any info, but they have an idea that they're coming B, so the breach is already starting to rotate.
Just preventing that movement. Wardell's looking for the kill. Where is it?
But like I said, they just have HIKO for free.
This one out. You only have that Brimstone that's going to be playing back metal right by sight. Cutler gets the kill on food. AZK though.
I would expect Myth Team to win this round.
For TSM, drone responds, and now Wardell has an advantageous position, looking right through the defender's side. And if
they're playing retake B,
to push in and Cutler just
I mean, you can't really play retake. You can't play retake B. How are you going to retake B? Especially against a Cypher. You're just not going to be able to flank. Actually, they don't have a Cypher. But
and this was a slow.
I actually feel like most teams play 3A early or 3B early to stop the B takes. Retaking B is impossible. I'm telling you, it's so hard to retake B, especially if they're all over. Like Wardell was up the top of the long B thing, opping into spawn. How are you supposed to retake that without? And especially if you don't have anyone flanking, you have zero chance of doing that.
I think,
the update is out. Yeah, I don't think the game's up yet though, is it?
This is exactly how you want to start winning.
Boss, thank you for Twitch Prime, and Trickster with Twitch Prime, thanks, dude.
What happened there is that they didn't
have
vegan? No,
coming into the defense quickly Definitely enough. Not.
And so that's obviously part of the problem. And so if TSM are able to, as they did there, win a lot of space off of their default, if they're able to get a split moving in and win just angle by angle more favorable.
What should you matter? It's just if you look at my Twitter, it's like the XL2546S or something.
Very reliable way to win rounds. So what that means is
retaking B with a Viper wall, you're still having to run through a doorway. It's just hard.
What we're gonna see here is a 3,
especially with how many smokes and flashes that Myth's team has. It's so hard to retake B. And look, now Brax's team changes it up and they're playing 3B early.
Oh, and I think Drone, his
Crashies is just randomly shooting through a smoke and just kills Drone.
Crashies hears that, he's just going to start shooting. Even though he was playing slowly and was not trying to creep around, and Crashies also gets the tag.
This guy's stuck.
Who has to go over to
how's he going to get away?
Which means that this person
I don't think he's going to.
Away in a corner by himself, and you're going to get yourself a cheeky little nade there. Brax might get the kill. Well, it's going to be Crashies, who has his team.
Valorant's back, updates on. Is the game up?
For the Rays, 5 players still standing here for T1 as TSM now are
back.
Scrambling. They did try to give him a different
one
at the beginning of the round.
Do we want to finish this? Should we finish this match or just go and play? Play or finish? Those are your two options. Play if you want me to go play. Finish if I finish.
Yeah, there's definitely an opportunity to rescue this round for TSM, but it's gonna be very
finish.
difficult.
Play. Finish.
The positioning for
just checked. It's still down.
It's gonna be really dangerous. If that gets the kill, if Wardell dies to this as he moves into HIKO.
Most people are saying finish, I think.
Might be over, especially as he is a spike. You can
Again, we'll at least finish this map. It doesn't. I mean, a game is not that long, right? Finish, then play. Yeah, I'll try to finish.
But still, this is the spike here, moving through hookah, and they're gonna try to go for the face against.
There's a download.
The trade is there. Myth survives. He's the one that gets the kill. However, his teammates have all been
always down to finish. Keepa.
The last man standing.
Finish or blue balls. Oh, farm on. Game is still down.
I hope for his sake he's able to save this because he has a couple players hot on his heels.
Maybe the game is actually up so you can download it, but you probably can't play yet. Download the patch is fine. The update is up, but it's not able to play. Okay. Crosby is just trolling me. It's fine. That's why I don't play with him anymore. Yo, Creed, thank you for the Twitch Prime. VXZYT, VXZit with the Twitch Prime. Thanks, dude. My client's update. Yeah, just because you can update doesn't mean the game is playable though. It's still down. Okay, got it. We'll keep watching the chat.
Of this roster for T1 Esports competing here in Twitch Rivals for the members of TSM, including TSM's very own Myth. An entertaining matchup so far here on Bind.
This is a weird round. Do you want me to should I pause and talk about every round why they're doing what they're doing? This is, to me right now, it looks like Myth's team is going to lose this. Or maybe win this. BRAX is playing 3B early. Myth's team is 4 short A, 1 shower. Yeah, do it. Okay, I'll explain to you what I'm thinking and what they're doing. So Myth's team has like 4 guys going short A. They know the Cypher is putting trips up every round. They don't have a raise to kill his stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume they're gonna throw this. They're gonna do like the plant strat. They're gonna throw the smokes and stuff. BRAX's team needs to start rotating though early. Like usually the meta right now, the way defense work is people play 3B on bind and defense. They clear long, and the second there's nobody long, usually the third guy will rotate back to A. And the counter to that is just going fast A. Especially because all they have is a Cypher. Myth's team should just speed this up really fast, kill this trip that's going to be here, and just run in. I mean, they're actually playing retake A now. Cypher's playing back of sight. He probably won't ever peek, and it's BRAX is playing. See there. There's the smokes. Oh, he got instantly killed. Ooh, that was pretty good actually. They wasted ults for that.
And that forces the res there for
use T1 and TSM instead of Myth and BRAX. I mean, you know the team anyway. Now they're super screwed. Now they're just still 5A. Wait, but wait, BRAX's team rotated and then they went back. I guess it's fine. They just have no info right now is the problem. And here comes the wall plant. Here comes the wall strat.
Couple players out of position. That's a good covering shot to have from Wardell from distance as he holds the flank for his
If
team.
AZK would have waited like 3 seconds for the smoke, he could have got out back sight, but he got kind of timing to get off like that. Looks like they're just gonna lose this round now.
You have to hit your shots. You cannot let them force you back like this. Wardell will be forced away. Lost. Oh my god, so much utility falling onto Wardell. He's taken out of the action completely. Look how far back he has to go.
Oh, they just gave it. They said, okay, it's a 4v. Oh, it's 4v1. Okay, he had no chance. Save his ult. Servers aren't back yet. Talk about why Cypher and Sage switched. It's actually becoming more standard now that Cyphers are playing A actually, because Cypher can pretty much hold short and long for a long time, and like usually right now, like I said, people are playing 3B, and if you're playing 3B, you don't really need to have your Cypher at B. I mean, they have Sage, Breach, and Brimstone, which is pretty passive. Like, they could peek with the Breach. Like, I'm sure AZK is going to, like, flash or stun long, or they can take HIKO with it. But once you already have HIKO control, and once you're already playing 2B, I feel like it's better to stop A, especially because I've streamed against TSMs a few times, and they just like to go A a lot. So I actually think having Cypher going A is good. Also, I mean, another part of the meta right now is a lot of people play Raze on bind to kill all of Cypher's crap in hookah. So having your Cypher in hookah with his traps and trips and everything is actually kind of bad right now. Like even my team, like the team I played with, like the Genji guys, they literally pick Raze on this map specifically to just be able to kill Cypher's traps and everything. So right now, BRAX's team has a Raze. Myth's team doesn't have a Raze, but they also don't have a Cypher. So the Raze is not as good as it would be if Myth's team had a Cypher.
And what that also means is that that they don't need to have 3 players on A all the time. And they're not giving you a tell. If you go and peek and see someone new,
I actually think Sova is really good in this map. I didn't think he was that good before, but seeing how some people use him, I actually think he's really good in this map. I also think Viper is really good in this map, but people don't really know how to use her either. The Jewish brain is amazing. Okay.
TSM have not been able to locate which flavor they hate the most because all of them have sucked so far for them. And yes,
so this is the problem right now with no Cypher is that they basically just give hookah control every round.
Oh, dude, that just sounds terrible. Everything about that sounds terrible.
Oh,
also equally
I guess AZK is just gonna peek aggressively and just kill 2 people. Never mind. I don't think he should get away with that, but
it just feels like we're looking at a different.
I mean, again, just talking about, like, a lot of people ask me what defaulting is. Like right now, Myth's team is still defaulting. You know, they had a guy this round though. They had Wardell go shower. They had Myth go short and hold for the short push. And they had 2 guys that tried to take hookah. Well, unfortunately, AZK just peeked and killed 2 of them. So their default is ruined now. And their Sage was holding the long B push. So they're just defaulting. They tried to take map control, failed, died. Round's already over. Is Myth the Valorant pro? No.
Oh, for sure. And it's just so encouraging to see that you're not seeing Cyphers just playing just so.
So right now, There's 45 seconds left, so looking like probably Myth is trying to go for a play. Well, he faked it. Wardell should probably be going for a pick and shower. And then Sage is coming back to try to help. Say Wardell died. It's 5v2. They should just instantly save now. Like literally just instantly run all the way back to spawn. You see Brax's team is already pushing. Like they just know like they're gonna come Myth right now. Yep, there's Myth dead. And now whoever the Sage is needs to just live. Brax bullied Wardell. Did he?
Too much to ask for at this point.
Yeah, they are certainly.
Did he get shot through the wall? No, he was on top of it. Like he was in front of the box. You can see their heads.
Just control.
It's important that Sage lives, but he has no
The
chance.
swap out to the Phantom.
I don't know how their
just
money
that
is looking.
this
I'm assuming
way
they have to
he
save
can
now,
ensure
though.
He gets the kill. He knew exactly where that Sage was located. 5-1 for T1. Team BRAX. Crashies has been lights out so far. 10-1.
All right, here comes another default.
In round number 7.
When I play TSM, they like to go short a lot. They just like to do a short fast,
Got a
but
full save as well.
oh, they're saving
Maybe
here.
some half buys for Team Myth.
Team Brax more like Team Ska.
But this has been the
Stop
BRAX
Valorant, go
show.
CS:GO Pro. Servers down till
As it
10. Yeah.
Oftentimes is when I get to commentate Team BRAX, quote unquote, in different tournaments.
Maybe over on my nightstand.
We're actually going to see the daggers coming out for Wardell, and he's going to try to beat out the sniper. Skadoodle there towards the shower's position. It's not going to work out for Wardell. Still has daggers though to use throughout the rest of the round. Pressure towards B-Long as well. So this is looking fairly good in terms of pressure from this default. There's a lot happening right now for TSM that's going their way. They just have to find a way to convert onto a kill. Now they've actually picked the right side thanks to players here, and they're in a hookah setup. So
We have 2 hours till the servers come back up, so we'll try to watch the rest of this map, and maybe we'll watch another map. I don't know. We'll see.
Which is precisely what we see. Just drone towards the outside of hookah. If drone is able to,
It's still a 5v5. They're keeping hookah control, which is good. There's 3 long.
BRAX is back in position at the back of B now to support this B defense.
Oh man, I love.
Thoughts on
that
another
play
Sage there?
there. The way that they are covering each other on hookah. You always see players would play around like this.
Sage was picked every single game this tournament. Literally, Sage was picked every game. I'm sure they just don't want Sage to feel overpowered, but
nice shot there from Myth though.
Yeah.
Actually, stop food and AZK does
all right.
a headshot.
Let's go to the next round.
Try and commit onto the site. So that we're not really like an off angle. It's pretty common, but for this instance,
Is that right now? No, this is just like the VOD from this past weekend. We're just analyzing rounds and saying what's good and what's bad.
To then cover the rest of the site.
Yeah, I don't think they took Sage out of meta. I think she's still meta. I think her ult is too powerful, or is too powerful not to have, and her heal is super good too. So
They don't know that there's 2 players in hookah. They don't have their squad.
I can't analyze this round because they're on Brax's POV instead of.
There's no Sova. Sova's really strong on fire.
Brax was blind and got a kill through the smoke. Okay, well, sucks to be drone. HIKO is sitting on Brax's lap. Yeah, you like that?
Want the B side, but Brax put into position just in time, and he's always on time. Oh my god, he wants more. He's pulls out the rocket launcher. I think that's overkill. Not even necessary. At this
I don't
point.
care,
He's
dude.
gonna maybe just shoot
Oh my
that
god, he
rocket
almost
out,
got
so he
Myth
knows
too.
he's done for. And it's gonna be a trade.
HIKO's crushing Brax's lap right now.
Brax having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
This is where T1 is starting to disrespect them a little bit. Like he gets 2 kills and he's like, all right, I have an op, YOLO. I'm literally gonna just throw my ult and go.
Is very reckless. Myth gets shot. That was the change that happened. Well, actually, I think he ended up getting shot there, so he gets sent back. That was a recent change added before the 1.0 update.
Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that Brax's team knows that these guys are short and it's a 4v3. So I'm going to assume that there's only 1 guy B and they have 3A because they're making a lot of noise. Yeah, I'm actually going to assume that they probably even have a guy flanking at this point because they should.
More utility to work with. They're gonna
Let's see. There's a guy in position here at B somewhere.
Player's going to be inside of here again. There
Okay,
is
Skadoodle just opping hookah,
right
so
at the corner. Cutler there.
he should be. Oh, he's not alone. That's good by T1 to not full rotate. It's actually so crazy that they actually kept 2 at B there. They probably shouldn't have. Even TSM didn't expect the second guy to be site.
What it is. The Brazil round again.
The Brazil round?
When are we getting a BRAX background day? I don't know. Op is OP. So I actually think, okay, if you don't like when I pause and talk about stuff, then let me know. I feel like we're talking a lot of theory and we're talking a lot of strategy, which I feel like people like. But we were talking about this the last couple of days. The problem with ops right now is that there's not enough utility to push them back, because if you look at Myth's team, how does Myth's team handle operas right now? They have Brimstone smokes. They have 3 smokes. They have Myth smokes. They have, we'll say, another 3 smokes around, and they have drone flashes. That's it. I mean, I guess they have Wardell smokes too, but we don't count jet smokes even still. So on a team that plays a lot of oppers, like that round, Brax was opping and Skadoodle was opping. So Skadoodle was in hookah, Brax was opping short. How do you push back 2 oppers with that little utility? How is it possible? Especially with Ray's opping, she can get on top of boxes, and like knowing like Brax already repositioned. Brax had a kill through a smoke early and then repositioned, got another kill holding its different off angle. So it's like so hard, right? I feel like the reason why ops in this game are actually better and more powerful than they are in CSGO is because, you know, look, Brax's team is double opping. You don't have enough utility to push back every single angle. You don't. It's impossible, especially with the lineup that TSM is running. So like, especially, you know, Wardell ops a lot as Jet. Jet can get over your smokes. Jet can. Are you going to use your flashes super early to try to push back the opper, or are you going to hold them for entering? Like, a lot of things come into play when you're talking about opping. A lot of strategy is involved with, you know, thinking about, well, what do we use to push back an opper? What even is there possible to push back an opper? And right now they don't have enough, and that's why I feel like, you know, from here and out, unless Myth's team just starts rushing and just killing them, which doesn't look likely because they don't even have enough utility to stop it. It's just so hard right now in the game, and hopefully new agents address that. And the reason why the oppers was less powerful in CSGO is because every player had 2 flashes in a smoke. Every player, you had what, 10 flashes in a round most of the time, plus 5 smokes to be able to, you know, you could use your flashes not hesitantly. You didn't have to spare them very much. 1 flash would push smoke back. Now, TSM's team has theoretically 2 flashes, maybe a third if you consider Omen's flash, which Omen flashed Brax that one time, and he still got a kill through the flash. And the way Phoenix flashes work, it's pretty hard to be fully accurate with them, and flashing like tight angles at oppers hold. So it's just hard. Are you going to use your Brimstone smokes to smoke defensively so that you don't get opt and choke points? Well, then the opper just relocates, and, you know, like the one round where Brax just repositioned. It's really hard right now to counter ops, especially when you have oppers that can go above smokes and above boxes like Raze and Jet.
So that's not reliable information that you're getting.
Yeah,
in seeing that breach.
They're doing the same thing.
This round Myth's team is just pistoling, so they're just getting spammed through smokes.
To Team Endo.
Just trade. It's hard to trade ops, dude. It's hard to trade ops. It's almost impossible. Any good opper, like, they're gonna play a passive angle or an aggressive angle. They take a pick. They get the pick or they miss. They fall back and hold another line. They just keep falling back to hold all the separate lines. So you have so many angles you have to be able to clear. You have so many angles you have to be able to actually smoke off or stop the opper from being able to see you. That there's just too many angles. Like, it's literally, you run into a problem where there's not enough utility to clear every angle. There's not. So you're gonna have to take a chance. And the best oppers that don't miss their shots, it's super hard to have to make them have no impact because there's so many angles and so many different places they can play. Just peek them with a Deagle 5-head. I don't think that's true. Should we catch up on subs? I've been kind of slacking here. Hank, this is just Eco anyway, just watch it. Hank Zai, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Gaviota Miguel with the Twitch Prime. Sergeant Captain with the tier 1. Jin Min with the Twitch Prime. Aber Can, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Lord Popo with the Twitch Prime. Thank you, dude. Elliot Boy, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Nate from CS with the Twitch Prime 2 years. Sub for the theory. Thanks, dude. Lewis here CPA. Lewis here. The Twitch Prime. Thanks, dude. Wait, they actually almost lost this save round? It's like a 5.
Nades out. Oh my goodness, gets the nade from downtown against Cutler.
They're actually losing this round?
Now Wardell versus Brax.
Brax versus Wardell.
Didn't Wardell's team have... Dang, you called him out, bro. Don't care. Okay. Good job, Brax. Nice shot. Shouldn't have been that close, though, but...
In a 1v1
take those.
Against Wardell, shines brighter and gives them even more of a lead here. Round by round, this has been running away from TSM. Mind-blowing.
Did Wardell use an updraft to get up there, or was it like a sound cue? I'm trying to think, because BRAX had a really good read of that, so really well played to him.
Yeah.
Such good awareness.
All right, that was piss around.
This kind of sucks again
I mean,
for TSM, because they definitely have a really
even though TSM lost that
good
round, they got to a
defense, so at least
2v1 that they
and
lost. I mean, they shouldn't have lost that, but
universally what they've been
at
doing
that
is
point,
pretty
but
effective.
still a good round for
But
TSM.
right
Get that
now
many
they are
kills,
just
probably
looking
hurting their money.
very flat
I can't
against
see how much money they have, but
T1. And they're playing a 3-man setup towards B once again, and they can quickly rotate out of this if they get the information early on. But
AZK with another kill through a smoke. So again, right now T1's doing what the standard, the default play is. You play 3B, you choose either hold hookah or long, and yeah. TSM is trying to take hookah, but it's hard.
Well, now evacuate hookah. Oh, the ult's
Oh,
ready.
Ska move, he told you.
Yeah, he did get Scott.
This is good. They traded ults here.
That pushes back some players.
The
there.
Phoenix
No
ulted and then
connection.
AZK counter ulted,
safely
so they couldn't
gets
take
inside
hookah.
of
So
the
right
loop.
now, him throwing that ult here,
The dark
TSM
zone
does not
played.
have any hookah
At the
control.
back of sight, goes
And they
into the
rezzed,
red zone.
and
That was
AZK kills
ambitious.
3.
AZK gets 3. That's
Pretty,
4 total for AZK.
Pretty smart move by AZK
Over
there.
that res. One
To
more,
deny
and he'll
them
get,
being like they
a
literally
round
all
ace
ran
here,
out of
but if
hookah
he's
and
able to
Myth
get
threw a
all
terrible smoke.
the remaining
That smoke
two,
was
it's a super ace.
so bad for TSM.
Mentioned before.
They also should have kind of expected AZK to push that after he ulted. Like that's so standard that all the breaches do. But that smoke kind of gave AZK all 3 of those because they didn't expect it. He was just walking through the slow, and yeah, he just killed 3 as they rezzed. Unlucky. Unlucky. Wait, and even in it was a what was this? Like a 4v2, and all of a sudden it's a 2v2 now.
Closer. They need that spike diffused, and it's going to be very, very difficult.
Why is the room called hookah? In the beta, the room had a hookah in it, so everyone called it hookah. But they got rid of it, I guess, because of
so damn long now.
Yeah, it takes forever.
stuff.
And then he benefits from that one big time.
He's got to win this round, Earth. Myth's team needs to win. Oh god, I'm surprised he didn't right click that.
Blades out, and he's peeking around the corner. Little tailwind to the other side. He just needs to play around this site here. And that was
good by Riddell. Just time him out. Move your mouse, you monster. Oh, sorry.
Oh boy.
Just this.
What
Put
a
bottom
game
right.
he treated you so far. Yeah, that was a great round. And he just needed
Is it
to
team
stall.
solo
That was
myth?
just
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah, he got 3 kills, but I'm going to call that a 4K.
It's hookah because it looks like a hookah room in the
go
no,
ahead,
that's not
Dan.
right. There was literally a hookah in the alpha.
You do you.
They had hookahs
No
in
one
that
will judge
room,
you.
but they got rid of them.
And that's an important pickup too. I mean, if they could get 4, if they could somehow eke out 4, that'd be great.
Yo, XO, thank you for the $5. Can you explain the high Phantom use in the tournament? All of Brax's team just, it seems like they just all use Phantom. I think they just like it better. I think they use 5 Phantoms and ops. Okay, again, pretty standard default again here from Myth's team. Brax's team is playing 3B, 2A again. The Cypher is playing A to delay. They got the trips up. Probably has cages in both, so you can delay and stop them from rotating. Myth's team is doing... Like, I feel like right now, it's really obvious what Myth's team is doing. They threw a smoke into hookah, and maybe they're going to be afraid of the team being in hookah, but without them actually throwing utility and like actually trying to poke hookah at all, I don't feel like Brax's team, like, what's going to happen right now is Brax's team is probably going to peek long right here. Let's look like what they're about to do. And they're going to probably kill this Sage, and then they're just going to have a guy or maybe even 2 guys rotate because they'll know that they're not in hookah. Especially by that time, the smoke's going to be gone. They're going to have full long B control. They have full hookah control, and then they rotate 2 back. And Wardell's team is going 2 shower, 1 short. And then Myth looks like he's going towards short 2, so...
So we'll see how
I think these guys have to be, and now Drone died early.
He's gonna start as he's been going,
They actually didn't even peek long here. Looks like they hesitated. They went back and then went again. Watch, they're gonna peek long and they're gonna rotate full, like almost full B or full A.
Difference maker without a doubt, and I don't want to try and take anything away from the rest of T1. He's playing that role.
I feel like
that
one of them should already be going. There's a lot of presence already at where they went back.
But I would say it's pretty commonplace for BRAX. How many times he's done this?
That's weird that they still have so many B. Especially they just cleared hookah.
Anyone that tries to go
I guess he just keeps smoking hookah, but
his op play is
they're actually coming back to B, so maybe I was wrong.
This is gonna leave believe TSM to reposition.
They're full walking back to B now. Now it's kind of obvious they're going B. So now they should have 3B. So now there's just there's no nothing. BRAX is opping deep lines. He looks like he's opping into shower. This guy has a camera up to see both.
He can use it, and there it is. The Hellfire's out. And out of that one, though, it's going to be TSM that get the better of that exchange, as they do manage to kill one. So this is going to lead it into a 2v3.
Sure.
I spoke too soon.
It's not weird. B is hard to retake. Yeah, but
Cutler here. Tailwind over to the right side.
I'll explain in a sec what my thought is.
It's just going to be BRAX and Crashies.
Oh no.
BRAX with the rocket.
Oh, he whiffed his rocket.
Blow him up, but doesn't actually get the kill. I could have sworn that was on top of the target. But Crashies is going to make do for that one.
Long.
Finds the headshot. Spike is down. They have the intel as to where this player is going to be located.
That's over.
Oh.
So that round, somebody who said they need to play 3B, I actually disagree there, because I actually think that once they know nobody's in hookah, once myth smoke is gone, they know hookah is open. They threw nothing in hookah. They can clear hookah themselves. They know it's clear. And then they peeked long and there's nobody long either. And there's a lot of action going towards short A. I actually think the better play, instead of just playing super passive, was to push through and have a guy push and flank. Because that would have been the full info. And then when they were coming back from A, they would have had a guy like around this area or like even behind them in one of these corners. But staying 3B was kind of risky, because if they just traded the two guys a day, they'd probably have a really hard time retaking. So I mean, it worked in the end. I mean, obviously hindsight's 2020, and having full vision of everything is 2020. But I just felt like maybe they could have did it better. Maybe I think they either should have retook hookah, like they actually should have went into hookah and played in hookah, or they should have pushed you long B. If they were going to stay 3B at least, because they gave up a lot of info. They like fell back and they played Octagon, and AZK stayed sight instead of taking something aggressively when they knew there was a lot of people towards A. Isn't it risky having someone flank so hard? It's risky, but also the amount of info you get, because there was really nobody here. There's nobody on this side of the map at all. So he gets so much info, he can actually tell everyone to rotate to A. Then the second he holds an angle like back here and just holds like a tiny crack or something, and then, or he even just tries to like push and actually flank. By that time, the people that are like, spawn or maybe, starting to shade, they have time to rotate back. So that's a hexagon. Okay, dude.
Actually, that said,
so again, look, this round is like, I think Myth's team is saving, it looks like, but this round is like more standard. They played long. They smoked deep hookah, so they know that AZK has a deep line on hookah. They know no one's hookah. They double peeked long. Look what happened, chat. Nobody was long. Guess what? They're a long guy. Push through. Now they know they're just all at A. They have to be all A, unless they're all outside of hookah. But watch what happens now. Their Brimstone has full info that nobody's long. They're gonna full rotate to A. I mean, at least one guy will. So Breach is starting to rotate. They're going to have 3 guys at A. The 4th guy's already now starting to rotate. Their Brimstone is on a fast flank. Like, this is like pretty standard. This is like exactly what should happen.
Yeah, they're going to get pincered completely.
The door
here.
gimmick is
They
whack.
need to
Wait,
get
what?
this spike down ASAP, and that is
Like, the bomb's not even planned yet. They have 4 guys at A with a fast flank. This guy flanking is going to get at least a kill, right? He has to. They're not going to expect a flanker that fast. He's right here.
That was the flank from Fu
Yeah,
that you
it's already
called
over.
earlier.
Round
now
over.
just leaving only one player left, and Skadoodle kills
Really good
Drone.
flank.
They're gonna get that
Like
res
really good
to
movement by
really
T1.
help out the economy.
It's like exactly like that's like a
It's
like
round 12, so
to the
it's just
book
rather res
how you
than
should
not.
play
Yeah,
the
never mind,
the
I
round.
forgot about that.
in
I'm
my
so
opinion.
sorry.
It's used for the- it's
yo,
funny too, 'cause, like, with the
Captain Ray, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Wombat with the tier 1 3 years. Love you, HIKO. Congrats on 100 years. Thanks, Wombat. Keta Memer, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Kieran HS with the Twitch Prime. Thanks, dude. Blasted TV with the tier 1 2 years. Welcome back. Grise BG with the Twitch Prime. Jinja Basta, thank you for the Twitch Prime.
There's
Thanks.
been plenty of times I've found a body and not been able to
Scott
use
wasted
it.
for it was last
I
round,
definitely
so
agree
it's
with
that
using
was
it there
that
at the
was
end of the
half.
round 11
So the round
to
switched
clutch that
now.
one up. It's as good
Red
as using
Z
it.
with the Twitch Prime. Thanks, dude. There's a Valorant book.
Yeah,
I mean, no, but
if we get the comeback now, because
it's
all that's
there
required is
in competitive 5v5s. Like that was like to the textbook, like to the how the round should play out. 100%. Like that was like perfect by T1. Perfect. Perfecto.
And then you gotta click on the head, plant the spike.
TSM was playing 4B on Pistol Round.
do that.
and 1A. So they're gonna
10
play just like
times.
super retake A. It
That's
looks
it.
like.
Hold that thought.
Then T1 is gonna take
Look at
Hookah
the setup
control.
here from TSM. They're stacking
I'm actually
all
gonna
players towards
expect.
B
I
here,
mean,
which is
it's
really
10-2, so
interesting.
BRAX
I
team
think
is
it's because
owning.
they do get to lean into
but-
that showers fast rotate from the teleporter.
I guess we'll see what happens.
The B-long teleporter. So that's a really interesting choice. You can see the blind.
Days
comes out
only for
playing
Twitch Prime.
info. They've stacked a lot of investment towards that B-long. It's got to pay off in some
Do you know when the
regard.
servers are back up? Probably like an hour and a half
They're
or
starting to
something.
Figure it out now, I think.
Oh, that player movement.
I don't know exactly what happened this round, but they walked to hookah. They like faked hookah, and TSM had 4 guys here. I don't know if T1 had a read on it or if they just know that they usually play heavy B, but they all 5 fell back from hookah and they went towards A, and there's only 2 guys there right now. So it looks to me like BRAX gonna win this round.
Wrapping around. Subrosa
But
actually
of course
love
they're
that
running through the
Molotov
molly
there from
and
Subrosa.
yeah,
There are
that kind of
not
sucked.
a lot of angles that you can get with that Molotov from right there, but that
They
is
tried to
the
wall
perfect
hookah, it looks
spot.
like, but
Players
or
love to
U-Haul,
just
but it
drop
kind of
back
sucked.
here on Cubby and then pop the Molotov. It's rather common, but in order to get that angle,
Game's back up?
and then also do the tick
I don't
damage
think it
as they
is.
were coming through. But even with all of that going on,
That was good.
Brax gets a few
Sabrosa
kills
like
there
single-handedly
in
won them
big
that
goals
round.
for Team Myth, and the
That was good by
opening that
Sabrosa.
Subrosa gave them. They managed
That is
to
super
win out the
standard though.
round here.
Every
Maybe looking to
Brimstone
follow up with
just
another one
delays
here
short by
as
throwing the
T1
molly. I played
eats
against
the
Sabrosa
stage.
so many times. He does that every time.
Yeah, I love
It's
the
good. I
position
mean,
as
T1
well,
had to have
from
waited,
Sabrosa
but
into the pocket angle.
game
You
is
can see
up.
that. It's really tempting
Yeah,
to
it's
just
back.
peek
It's
a
up for
little
EU
deeper,
only.
and then where he was standing. A bit
We'll finish
wider,
this map. I mean,
should
it's
say,
almost over,
and
right?
You can see the
People want to see
short
this.
cubby, but you lose your inherent advantage there because you get a very good distance advantage.
Chat's
In
trolling.
terms of the peeking.
It's up.
If you play
Yeah,
really
we'll
far
finish
back
this
and they
map. It's
swing in
fine.
front of that teleporter against you.
J Money, thank you for the Twitch
Playing-
Prime.
just making sure
Usama,
you're
thank you for the
playing
Twitch Prime,
strong
and
positions.
Mortis,
That's
thank you for the Twitch
always
Prime.
play
Dude.
from an advantage. That's the general rule of thumb. Find a way that you can always find an advantage and then play that advantage.
It's up and
then
an
you're
A.
probably
Yeah,
doing a
yeah.
good
We'll
job,
finish this
no
map
matter
and we'll
what you're
play. Yeah.
doing. So we'll see a hookah contention coming in.
We don't
but
really care about this eco round.
They just have-
I mean, they're just gonna just run into the Neek grinder, I'm sure.
Skadoodle with the classic is going to upgrade that one.
Oh.
Wait,
to
they
a
actually won the
Spectre.
round somehow.
They actually just bail out of there. They get out of there. They know
They
that
actually-
it's just a weapon.
Okay,
Let's
man.
put that in the hands of Brax here.
Valorant is up.
Yeah, he's got. But the thing is, that would give his position away
not
as
up.
well. So you got to be really careful. He's going to go for it.
Of course, the one round I
position known as
skip when they're
two.
just
Color
ecoing, they
definitely, you
win.
can see he's
People win
he's
eco rounds all the
focusing
time in
on
this
Newell
game.
right
It's
now.
kind
He
of
actually
weird.
knows somebody's in here. He knows the safest
Yo,
thing, in fact.
Chickenator,
He
thank you for
could
the
be
Twitch Prime.
doubled up in the same
X1
position. He
Nez
was
with the
well
Twitch
aware of
Prime.
that. That's how they should be playing it. Get some good damage there. Cutler needs to push forwards there with the Spectre. What can he do?
Oh,
my
that was
goodness,
so
Brax,
risky.
here
And
goes
Brax.
There's the right
Oh.
click on the classic, though. Oh, the wall is pushing through. But the rotation through U-Haul, can he make it there in time? Oh, satchel over the top. Oh my god, that was so
Analyze game
close.
3,
Was
the
that
last
actually
map.
Satchel, or did he jump on the small crate?
I'm a
Maybe
Michigander
it's
and
the
it's
small
up.
crate outside of U-Haul
Okay.
that actually allowed him to get up there.
Yo,
I'm not
Max,
sure,
thank you for
but
the Twitch Prime. Max
he got
DBA.
up there one way or another, man, and that was the
Welcome.
rounds.
The round
We'll try
started
after this.
off
Do more of
with
this.
what
We can do it
looked
again.
like a B execution.
We'll do it another
They were
day
on
when,
site.
like, if the
Skadoodle
game goes
was
down
gonna
or I need to
plant,
fill or
and
something. This is
then
like super
they
easy.
Just get the call. Brax is like, nope, let's just yeet out of here, go over to the
Super
other
easy
side
to
and
just
get the plant
talk
off.
about
It
and
all
chill,
worked
right?
out in the end for them there. Now they're going to be sitting
Matt
at
6'9".
11-3.
Thank you for the Twitch Prime.
Next round, if they win this, match point here, folks, in game number 1 of the grand finals for the Twitch Rivals Valorant launch showdown.
I can't believe
for
Brax
North
team won that
America.
round. Was this a stomp?
Global
Does it end
competition
13-3 or
All
something?
the regions were participating in this one.
So here, chat. Here's another good. Here's a good example of a default, right? Their Cypher is holding shower with his camera. He has 2 trips on the A pushes. They know Myth team is going to save this round or try to force low, like, they're going to force pistols and try to get aggressive. So they're playing super passive. This is exactly what you should be doing on a round where you know the other team is saving. Realistically, the textbook, I like to say, the textbook, but what T1 is thinking, what they should think is that, okay, look, TSM has no money. They're going to have pistols. Probably their only chance of winning this round is them being aggressive somewhere or them playing together somewhere. So they're all playing passive around the map. You know, they're not being stupid and like going into hookah, you know, that you see in unrated a lot where they have shotguns and you die. So they're playing super passive. They have a Brimstone holding long B, 2 guys holding the hookah push. They have the trips for both sides of short A. The breach is holding short A push, and the Cypher is playing super passive and super safe with his camera. Like there's really low chance of anyone dying, and they get a lot of info depending on if they push anywhere. And TSM actually isn't pushing, so.
And we've had some great games so far.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure that like.
Man, that was such a sick
T1
round.
will probably win this round because TSM is playing very back with pistols
Like,
and not together really.
That was like
if they just go A, it looks like they're going to be going
the
B.
way that they were
the shotgun bad? No.
Around the L box. The way Cutler played that too. I mean, Cutler did everything he possibly could.
DC Zach, thank you for your time. Why does no one play Viper?
That player could have been hanging on the defender side. He could have been tag teaming with him and Cubby. Like, oh boy.
I think it's because no one really like understands how to use her yet. There's not enough like executes yet. None of these teams really have like 6 strats, right?
Yeah, it's
super smart. Look at this chat. BRAX went, cleared hookah, got a kill. They full stacked B off of that, and then they decide to go back to A. There's 0 people at A right now. They get a free plant. There's nobody here to delay. They, like I said, they gamble stacked B after a kill because they probably heard multiple people, and then they get the plant for free. No one's even close. They're in decent post plant positions. They have a flanker, but they have double trips for the flank. Like, how does TSM win this? It's impossible.
That was his part of the default, just lurking around that position. Now his team is set up.
Yep. It's just the clap.
So strong, all playing together.
Just the clap. They literally didn't get a single kill. So good job by T1 again. EJ with the touchdown. They lose this round? No way. There's no way they lose that. They get the full post plant, full all of site control, pretty much for free. No way they lose that. Pokimane said DM her after Rivals for 5Q.
I think they did like
Oh,
one time, but
Pokimane can DM me if she wants to play.
it was always like kind of just a gamble for them.
It's fine, you're trolling.
Because they didn't
fine.
really have the information in like behind that wall, and that shower player is going to be very critical. Push out, tag him up. You're going to have to force some attention over there. Just everything about the way T1 is executing.
I like that,
right now
like,
it's
these guys are on the same page a lot. Like their Cypher, they're playing nobody towards B, and instead of the Cypher like throwing his traps for the A flanks, he's putting his 2 trips for the B flanks, which is really good. Like they're actually at least on the same page there. I mean, they have this Cypher getting info at shower, and they have 4 guys short A, so at least they have they know they can't get flanked. But this is the problem right now. Like I'm saying in this game is that TSM is going to find out very fast that there's nobody at B, and they're going to shade a guy towards A. So the only way T1's going to have the advantage is if they go really fast. And it looks like I don't even know how they can stop this. It looks like T1 just going to win this round really fast again. They're just rushing A.
Looking to close this one out here. Fortunately, kind of a
just
limp
over here.
satchel, which
They
is
must
not
win this
able
round, right?
to help out the Rays there. We'll need to use both of them. That's fine. Cutler playing the slow game, and then the nade just flying through.
Walls up.
This is yet another short A plant. Gududu's gonna play around this wall
it's
here,
just
but
over.
before he does that,
They don't even
he's
like
gonna
look.
get the frag.
They went so fast there. They're not even anywhere close to be able to help. The Sage is just
And he
alone
nails
backside.
one on
And if the
just
Sage
a
dies,
rosa,
it's
but
just over.
Cutler does respond,
Oh, and
takes
wait,
out BRAX,
why
takes
would they
CT out.
teleport?
They have enough players.
Oh, they're double faking.
Teleport, fake out.
And
Great
oh,
play
okay.
from
This was
Raps.
2000
Oh
IQ from
my
T1.
goodness,
Look
I
at
love
this.
this play.
They teleported. They kept the 3 guys towards B, and they went back to A. And they res. And Crashy's in a really good push-up spot here.
Crashy's was in showers the whole time. He catches Cutler.
Ooh, we like this shot.
reacting to the rotation that they anticipate is going to be to B.
I like that.
This is a beautiful call coming in from them.
Except Crashy's was out of position there and inted, unfortunately. If Crashy, I don't even think what he. That was so obvious what he did too. No way, they actually lose this round. Wait, who won? Is it over? No way they lose the round like that. There's no way. How they do
And
it?
it looks like he has enough time. That's incredible. What a clutch coming out of. I don't even know who to even ascribe the credit in this round.
Okay,
TSM,
somehow
I don't know.
just
I
TSM
don't
just
even
gifted
know.
that
And I
round.
also want to give credit to T1 because that was just so well done.
It was super well done. I agree with the casters. It was really good by T1. Like that was so good. But Crashy's got caught out of position, unfortunately. And then Wardell got a double kill on U-Haul, which is also pretty lucky. Pretty unfortunate for T1.
It's
fine, that's 12-4, right?
Entertaining match between 2 teams that are just looking to outsmart one another any way that they can.
Yo,
And
Hype,
while
thanks for
BRAX
Twitch Prime,
has
dude.
gotten the better of this each
Any word on
round,
in-game
it
VODs?
has
No, they haven't
still
said anything
been,
to us.
entertaining to watch.
Hopefully sooner rather than later, though.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Just like there's just so many ways that T1 in that previous round that you could say, oh well, they've done a really good job here, but they just find those extra edges.
Is it just
that,
over?
again,
I don't know.
still doesn't
They had a
actually
good
work
trade.
out because of the quality of TSM. And again, starting out the round with
Again, right here, it's like they're defaulting. They've sent a lot of presents in hookah. They knew that there was at least 3 in hookah because BRAX got a kill. They traded on Skadoodle, and then they knew Breach was here too because Breach threw a stun inside a hookah. So they knew there was 3 here, and there was no presence at A at all. So they're gonna definitely rotate the guy over, which they already are. Just talking about like how teams like rotate. BRAX team just fully cleared hookah there.
This is looking like a much
There's
more
like
committed
nobody at A.
presence
So
towards the
Sage
strong
actually
side.
walled
There
off
are
shower
3 here
too.
for TSM
Didn't
on the
realize that.
defense. So T1, you would imagine
Right now they have to
the-
decide
let's
whether
say
they stay and they gather and they try to
just
execute
commit
B
through
or
to
they
B
go
right
back to
now,
A.
and instead they fall back.
And it looks
But what
like
they have done is committed a lot of utility.
They're confused. Like
from
they're like going long and then they went back and now they're going back to hookah. So like there's mass confusion right now on T1 side. Some people are going back. It looks like they're actually gonna
in terms of their
fake
utility,
long
so that when you
B,
finish
probably
the
go for a
round, you
pick
have
and then hit the
advantage,
teleporter and
that's
go
what
A with the
kind of what
bomb.
we're moving to now.
And when they secured that kill, they also pulled away.
But I
the
feel like they
AWP
kind of missed their
from the
timing
teammates. So
because
if, let's say, by
there was
some
3 guys
stroke
B
of
for a little
genius,
bit, but they kind of
Butler manages
hesitated.
to
I
get
guess it's
around
fine
for the
though. They
res,
just wait the timing out.
Wardell won't have his op with him.
Server's up?
because
Yeah, I
it's been
heard.
taken away from his body.
It's back up? Yeah, I heard.
And Sub Rosa doing the same thing that we saw him do before. They have ults as well. Drone gonna run it back. This is purely
Why is Smith playing if he's not pro?
information gathering, run it back. Where are gonna be
They gave
located.
the
24
spots of
seconds left
rosters
on
to
the clock here.
streamers, so
There goes that cheeky molly
yeah.
that has been
All the
played
captains
out
were
quite a
pretty
few
much all
times for
streamers.
Sub Rosa. I think here's where
This is
they're
good
gonna
vibe.
be. Yeah, the
They're just
cyber
gonna lose
cage
this
is
round.
down.
T1 loses this,
So
yeah.
they burn
It's too
alive,
obvious.
and
Way
Rosa
too
with
obvious.
the orbital strike
Really good
there.
ults by
And that was the
Sub
ult.
Rosa
They
too.
invested
The last 2 guys were
2
like
ults into
long
this
B
round.
too, so
They have 4 seconds to plant. No one's gonna be around.
this is where the
there
tilt
because
starts
spike is
settling
down.
because they
They
just
had to
kind of like
hightail it out. BRAX
that was a bad
did
round to
grab
lose.
that
What was that, a
op
5v3
and
or
has
4v3?
kept it.
5v4 maybe?
And that is going
No,
to be
4v4.
another round win for Team Myth. But
Let's go, boys. 7.
Oof.
7.
Let's go,
That's well
boys.
done.
Let's do this for Sub
Yeah.
Rosa.
The zoning, that's just some
There's
great
new skins. Nice.
understanding how to play
Valorant's back up, I heard.
There. They're like,
Who is
at this point
TSM's
in the
5th?
round in which if you
Hazed
can
is the guy
confirm
who
coming A short
Myth replaced.
with like 20 seconds left, they're committed, and now you just zone them into one spot for that orbital strike. It's gonna feel
down.
good.
oh, look what he's doing. Oh, man. So he's going to have to back away because the Cypher camera was played out. There was a player hanging back. It was
Sub Rosa's
Crashy
pushing
just
here. Let's go,
waiting,
Sub Rosa.
watching.
Attaboy.
Sub Rosa starts to round off.
They
on
have
the
full
good
info
foot.
now that there's
Headshot
nobody
on
short A
AZK
market
with
side.
the Phantom. Player's gonna have to rotate. You got some ultimates.
Rosa's in
available
trouble
for
here, though.
both Teams.
Wait, did he hear them? Or?
Crashies, I would have to expect would use his
Oh, that was really good from
Cypher
Sub Rosa.
ultimate to gather
Certainly
that
food walked through
intelligence.
this though, yeah, and just killed Sub Rosa.
Brimstone ult.
Gonna wait for his
food.
team.
Orbital strike. Sub Rosa another
Oh.
kill on Crashy, so they won't be able to
Unlucky.
utilize that one.
All right, Sub
And
Rosa.
another one for Sub Rosa. Big critical
Attaboy
kills
as
here
well.
that Sub
Server
Rosa's
is down.
managed to obtain
Sub
for
Rosa
his
CS Pro,
team,
yeah, he was on CLG for a long time.
leaving just BRAX and Sage.
BRAX and
That was
Sage.
Skadoodle. Goodbye, my friend. They got vision on the spike by Shower.
Sub Rosa
BRAX is
cheating. Okay,
all
dude.
alone.
Settle down.
slowed and with
BRAX
an
in
op.
trouble?
So just,
No way he
I think
lives here, right?
we'll like
He's
to
getting-
try and save this one, maybe get some kills if possible.
Yeah. Sub Rosa with the
There we
4K.
go. So Sub Rosa got 4 kills that round, and
It's
they're
up
gonna
for
get that
real.
op back that
Yeah,
BRAX
it's fine.
stole
We're gonna
last
finish this
round.
game and then we can
How clever that was there at
start
the end.
playing.
He knew that they had the pinch with Drone and Sub Rosa, so he goes to make the sound on the door of the teleport. Of course,
It's
BRAX
good from
has
Sub
to
Rosa. It's a
respect
good
that,
play.
turns
It's very
around,
YOLO.
really
Very,
good shot back by Sub Rosa.
very. Honestly, that play was super risky because he pushed short A alone, fully alone, when they were playing 3B, and the only other guy in A site was Sage. So if Sub Rosa pushes and gets no kills, and the other team decides to rush off of it, they don't have anything to stop it, really. So, big
All the
YOLO play
details,
from Sub
man. Love
Rosa.
it.
Paying off
Yeah.
in the end. High
It's gonna be funny
reward,
as well if
high
they manage
risk.
to make this comeback because
Took the gamble and
it's
it paid
like,
off.
It's just doing it the hard way.
I'm gonna knock on the fake wood of my IKEA table. I'm just gonna knock.
Yo,
on the
big
fake wood.
personality lady. Thank you for the 5 good subs.
Let's not
We
forget,
love
too, is,
big
like, it happens
personalities,
the
don't we,
worst way. They
chat?
win the pistol, then they lose against an eco. That's just like the most brutal way. So I think HIKO and you go. Drone kicks things off nicely. That's kind of what BRAX was doing.
Just rushing up A this
to
round.
TSM, so
Well, I think they're saving,
their own
yeah. Or...
medicine there as they make their way up short.
Wait, Sabrosa decided to push shower this round, and they already the other site's already in A.
A bit annoying, but
They're saving though, so it's fine. Probably lose this.
planted, so this will be again. It'll be annoying, but this should be.
Akib, thank you for changing your
every
prime
take.
to
They
a
know
tier
pretty
1.
much
Thanks.
Exactly where every player should be. It's a short plant. Clear out your door, clear out short, go down that utility, attack together. You should be okay. But that
Probably
said,
so
there
over
are some
here.
kills coming the way of T1, which
I don't think T1 wins this.
sounds annoying.
Yeah, no.
And
But it's-
drone onto their
Absolutely, it's.
All right, here comes a big
like
big
this-
buy
this-
from
this
T1.
could
The big
happen
buy.
because right now
HIKO's
we
looking
have
healthier every day.
Brax
Anyone
at,
agree?
T1. Yeah.
I don't know. Am I?
I mean, they've been running a lot of.
Yo, Macro,
goals
thank you for the
and some
5
of
gift
them
subs as
look
well.
really
Thank you,
good, but
dude.
You can see how it works, how it enables them to run, to have the ability.
They nerfed
to
Sage again?
adapt
Yeah, we read
the
those
round
already.
In a multitude of fashions.
Are you using your new monitor? Yeah. I haven't played with it yet though.
And they're not trying to.
That's what I said. I was gonna play games last night, but
play slow and just blindly set piece something. They're
yeah,
just playing
didn't end
reactively
up
in that
playing
way,
last
which
night,
is the best
so
way to do it. But it's still not actually working out.
yeah, we're just watching the Twitch.
That said,
We're watching the Twitch
team
Rivals
may
map
think
1 right
I can
now.
afford to make a
Then we'll
single
play after
mistake,
this is
so
over.
That kind of sucks for them.
Yeah. No choice when you're at match point here. Team BRAX looking to walk away with this victory, but certainly for Team Myth, they want to make them work for this. A lot of ults are going to be online as well for Team BRAX. Rolling Thunder, Orbital Strike, the Res, along with the Cypher ult 2.
I feel like Brax team's got kind of
Whether or not
stagnant
they
now.
use it this round,
See what they
that's
do
gonna be
here. Looks like they're gonna.
different
Looks
story
like they're about to take
altogether.
Hookah.
And this angle over here by Cutler, it's not one you necessarily would expect.
There's
A
the
little
stun
concerned
in.
about it, and they're also concerned
There's
about who's going
the
to be in
clear
the
of
corner.
Hookah.
They pushed out with
Wait,
Trevor,
they have
as
AZK's
well as
ult.
Gary, the boom bot. That's what I call him. We're friends.
What's up, Gary?
Alright guys, get ready, get
The
ready.
wall's going to be placed. They're going to shoot right
There we
through
go
this,
from
and now this is
AZK.
gonna be
See
their
if we can
push.
do it.
Look for this one, folks. They're waiting for the
Yo,
time to get
Scheme, thank you
down.
for the Twitch
They
Prime.
also will need
Fritz
Prax
Cola,
to
thank you for the Twitch
keep
Prime.
their Long to go and support them. He's gonna make
Oh,
his
they had
way
the
up.
counter ult though.
Strike comes in,
Oh,
and
this is
Myth
looking
gets
bad
the
for
kill on
T1.
Brax right
Oh,
away,
this is looking
slowing
bad
them
for T1.
down,
That's a
but
really
Rolling
good ult
Thunder should
from
not be all that effective. Food, though.
the other
A
team,
kill on
Brimstone,
Cutler could
to
be
stop the
critical
push.
here. So Rosa
But it looks like it
follows
doesn't
up.
matter.
AZK
Looks
is
like-
gonna be inside of sight now, leaving just a few
Looks like
players left alive.
T1
It's
came out
Drone.
ahead.
He's
McDubbies with
the last
the
one
5
left
and subs.
standing.
Thanks
They
to
got
Team
their
Solo
teammate
Mid
right
Agent
back
with the
in this
Twitch
one
Prime.
with the res.
X Civil, thanks for
Can
the Twitch
Drone
Prime.
win it out in the 1v4? He is surely going to be in a bit of a pickle here.
This is over.
Located right at the back of the defender's side. They know exactly where
Yeah,
he
it's over.
is, and that
All right,
is
well.
the game. Finally. T1, it was looking a
All right,
little dicey
there's the
there
game.
for a moment, but they
I
brought
feel like
it back,
T1
and they win
like
out